UI. Uh, we have created one form, Pranali, like for creating the meeting. You know, right? In our POC, the first step, which we are going to create a form for the users to capture these details, like subject, body, location, attendee, start time, and end time. So yesterday we did that. So today, what I was going to do is the next step. So when the user entered the details, so what we need to do, we have to store those details in our respective tables in the database. So our data source. So we have the, yeah, inbuilt cloud database got connected. So now what we are going to do is, so we have the tables for us for storing the meeting details. A second, it's loading. Yes, we have the T4 meeting table. So yeah, we have to capture those details from the user and we need to store those details in our backend database table. So for that, we required to create a process model, guys. So now we'll quickly I will introduce you. Uh, Anna,
हाँ.
someone is using your credentials, huh? Or else someone practicing in this in application online.
జీవన్ డాన్స్ శ్యామ్ వాడా అమ్మాయా?
I don't know. See, they are using our application online. I don't know. So we have the proper format, Anna. So if they are using our application, so we don't know how much count of objects we have used for this POC later on. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now we'll see the process model, guys. How we will create a process model when we'll need to create a process model. So basically, so whenever you want to perform any action in the APN, so we need to create a process model object, guys. So mainly for the business flow. So when you designed any business flow, so now you have seen, right, the flow, like whenever the user clicks on any action, he can be able to create a new meeting and he submit the form. What we need to do, we need to send an email to the users as an alert, and then we need to send the check-in form as well to capture the attendees check-in time when he got checked in, and after meeting got completed we need to take the feedback. So this is all the business workflow. So for business workflows and everything, so we need to capture the we need to design the process model, guys, for the entire flow. So that's why we will use the process model object. So mainly it was a visual workflow design that defines how the business process should be executed step by step. So it is also called as a carrier inputs from the user to the source. So now, yeah. So now quickly show you how to create a process model. So in this process model, we need to select create a new process model. So yes, same like the interface object, we can create from scratch or else we can duplicate from the existing process model. So now we are creating a meeting, right? So action, we are creating an action for creating a meeting. So now I had a label called create meeting. Yep. Yes. So we have to provide the security as well. So now for all admins, so T4 admin, we need to provide the administrator permission. T4 users, we are providing the VO permission. So now Once we created a process model, we will navigate to the separate new tab, and we will landing on the process model designer page. Yeah, this is how the landing page will look like, guys. So I will start from the security itself. So yes, we have configured the administrator permission and the viewer permission, right? So we, as well as we have the editor permission, manager permission, and the initiator permission as well. Okay. So yes, administrators, what he can able to do is he can start the process model, view the process model, view the reports as well, and override the task assignment, and update the process model and save the process model. And also he can able to view the documentation as well. Documentation in the sense, see here, under the tools, here we have the menu bar is there, right? So I'm discussing about the generate documentation. So under the tools we have the generate document option is there. So using this generate documentation, he can able to generate the process model related documentation, and he can able to see more details in details about the process model as well. So that is how the administrator can able to do, and view the process model documentation, and view the security in the sense where he can able to see the security. So in the menu bar option we have the file option here. Under the file option we have the security option here. You can see security option is available, right? So when the user clicks on the security, see, he can able to see administrators have the process administrator permission for this process model. So if I give another, yeah, MSM, like that group I have created previously for one of the application for MSM administrators. I want to give the permission as a editor. See, I have simply selected the radio button and provided the security for this group as well. So this is how you want to change the security permissions as well. You can modify this as well. So at a time we can't able to select all these permissions to one group. Okay. Yep. So now we click on OK. So this is how we will check the security of the process model, and then update the security. Update the security we have done, right? So delete the process model. How we will delete the process model? If you want to delete the process model, you simply select this checkbox here related to the object, and then go with the delete option here. You can see the delete option got enabled, right? So like that we can able to delete the process model as well. And override another using the another user editing the process model. So this is I will show you, because whenever I'm opening, I have opened this object, right? Object create meeting process model, right? So when another user opened the same object, he can't able to edit if he is not an administrator, because he does not able to see edit anyway. He can only see view read only option only he can able to see. Yeah. And publish the process model, where we will publish the process model once you're done with all the changes. We usually publish in the sense we are establishing the business workflow. So like that we can able to say, see, here we have the save and publish option is there, right? So save and publish option in the sense, so whenever you are done with the changes, you are publishing the process model in the sense, then only the process model changes will get reflect uh, in the action buttons. So I will explain what is meant by the save. So we have two options, guys. See, when you are done with the changes of the process model, whether you can save the process model or else save and publish the process model. Okay. So now we'll discuss save and publish. Okay. Mm, save. Save in the sense, save changes are saved as a object level, as a object level, and not going to reflect, not going to reflect in the actions or button actions. So that means I will show you guys action, what is meant by the action and the button actions. I will show you as of now. Try to understand these changes will not reflect in the actions. Okay, coming to the save and publish, which means which is going to reflect and going to reflect in the actions. So that is how we can able to understand. So now, yeah, we are done with the security. Okay. So now I will quickly show you what are those options are available in the designer page. Later on, we will design the process model to store the meeting details. Okay. Firstly, we need to know what are the options are available in this process model. Then only we can able to configure everything in the process model. See, firstly, I will start with the see in the interface. You can see whenever I place the cursor here, you can able to see there will be a suggestion panel is coming, right? That is nothing but the help. I can say help page. This is nothing but the help page or the documentation page. We can able to say. So this is how we can able to see in the interface, right? The same like that we have the suggestion page. Suggestion page is available. Guys, can Anna, can you please unmute? Sorry, mute yourself, or else I don't have the mute option for you. Okay. See, this is the documentation page, guys, or else suggestion page, I can say, in the process model object. This is the below one. Have you seen this one? See, I'm zooming out. Process model. This process model user default alerts users. Something is saying, right. So this is how we can able to see the suggestions of the suggestions and help text page, I can say. Okay, so now going to this above. So in the process model designer, so we have these are all the tools, guys. Yes, yeah, menu options we can say. See, under the file, we can add a new process model here. So when you select the new process model, see, untitled and unconfigured process model got new page, got new tab. See, this is the first tab, guys, and this is the second tab. Second tab, new process model got added when you select the new process model. And if you want to open any other process model, you simply select the open option, and you need to select the process model folder. This is nothing but the process model folder. So in this process model folders, you can, if you store any one of the process model here, so you can able to select that process model here. So when you select and open, so it will open in the third tab. See, you can see this is opened under the third tab, right? So we have three tabs are there in the designer tab. So now going to the other option. So if you want to close this, so simply you can select close this close option as well, or else you can simply click on this you can simply click on this into icon here to close the process model. And also, yeah, close all, and you want to close all the tabs, you can close this. Okay. And also, yeah, if you want to see the versions, so process model has the versions, guys. So we have the versioning as well, version backup as well for the process model. So we can able to see those versions under the file option. Okay. So now we have the security we discussed. So whenever you want to trigger in the sense start the process model, we will use the start process for debugging process. Okay, when you select this option, so what will happen, it will ask us to, so the current version has a draft saved only saved process model can be opened in a debug mode. Would you like to me save this process model, whether you can save the process model or save and publish the process model, when then only you can able to trigger the process model. So now I'm selecting to save this process model. So see here under the title here title, we have currently version 1, we are under the version 1, and there will be a star icon, right? Star icon in the sense we have not saved this process model yet, we have made some changes. Okay, so this is version 1. So now when I save this process model and start process for debugging na, so it will open in the second tab and the instance got triggered. You got my point, right? So the instance got triggered, and we are in the triggered instance. So guys, we have new term called instance. Sorry, new keyword called instance. What is meant by instance? Process instance. Process instance in the sense whenever the process model is triggered by start process by debugging option, the instance will get created. So Process instance is nothing but whenever the process is triggered by start process by debugging, then the instance will get created for that process model. Okay. So where you can see these instances, where you can see these instances. If you want to see the instances, process instances, see under the menu bar, we have the process instance tab here. You got my point. When you click on this process instance tab, it will navigate you to the monitoring tab of the environment. See, we are under the train 4 application. Under train 4 application, we are under the monitoring tab, and in this monitoring tab you can see process model filter got selected. Which process model? Create meeting process model got triggered, and these are all the instances. See here you can see process name, process model which we have triggered, and here also version draft only. If you save changes uh, and triggered na, the version number also will be there here, and started by my name, it is showing up here. There is no active task here, when it is got started, when it is got ended. So all these details are related to the process instances we can able to see under the monitoring tab of the application. Okay, so monitoring tab of the application, like that we can able to see the process instances. Now we have seen, right, how to start the process model and where we can find the triggered instances. Instances is nothing but once the process model is triggered, so that particular triggered instance, we will call them as a triggered process model is called as a instance, process instance. Okay, so now if you want to print this, we can print this, and you want to go to the properties, you can go to the properties. So we'll discuss the properties, guys. Very, very important, no need to worry. Yes, so now we have the edit option here. So if you want to select, you can select. You want to undo your changes, you can undo your changes. Yes, so these are all the viewing options. Under menu we have the viewing option. So if you want to zoom in, you can zoom in. If you want to zoom out, you can zoom out. If you want to show grid, see here grid lines are coming right in the background. Like that you want to add, you can add. Hide messages and show no matrices, we call all the extra visual effects for the process model. So if you want to validate in the sense, see if you validated na, so here there will be a zero suggestions or else any suggestions will get happen. See, simply these are all the process nodes, guys. I will explain, no need to worry. See, when I drag this process node here and I click on the validate. Okay, so if so here either you can go tools and click on validate, or else under the menu options, here we have the tick icon, right? Tick icon we are having, right? So clicking on this tick icon as well, tick symbol as well, we can able to validate the process model. Or else if you want to right click on here, I am doing the right click here in the designer page. So and you can click on the validate now. So here you can see one suggestion got showing up here, which is script task doesn't have the exit workflow. If your nodes or events are after this node is completed, this will be paused by the exception. So we have not properly configured the process model here, so that's why there will be a suggestion up showing up here. Okay, so if I drag this node and connected in between these two nodes, and then I click on validate, so see that warning message got disappeared, right? So this is how we will use the validate button to validate our save changes. Before save and publish or save changes, definitely you need to validate, then only you can able to identify what are the issues, or else what are the missing configurations we have made in this process model, we can able to see. Okay, so now lanes in the sense, these are using to divide and distribute the workflow, guys. So yeah, I will add this point as well. System swim lanes, we will call them as a swim lanes, guys. So which was usually used to distribute the workflow. Example like system actor database, like that we will use it to distribute the workflow. So that's fine. And going back to here, yeah. So yes. So guys, we have seen the menu options as well, right? So now under the lanes, we have any other options are there? No, that's fine. So now if you can see here, there are two types of views are available here. So designer view and the analyst view. So these are all the two types of views, guys. So I will quickly explain what is meant by the analyst view. So see, process analyst view provides the flowchart tools. Flowchart tools with standard activities and events and gateways, as well as the Appian smart services. So overall, without configuring the data, users and other node properties such as a task form to create a model that your application can actually use after designing a flowchart in this view. You must switch to designer view. So here in the analyst view, what we will design in the sense business workflow, guys. So this is not a real-time using process model. So we will use to categorize the flow. Okay, you will use to categorize the flow like in the sense. So we will design this and everything. So here you can see no validate buttons are there here. See, because we are using this analyst view to design a workflow like when this is the create meeting form. Assume this is the create meeting form. When he submits, so we will send an email, and then later on again check-in form is there. Check-in form, the user checked in or not, we will see. Later on we will add the feedback form as well. Once the feedback is submitted, so we will end this flow like that. We are creating our business workflow. For this, we will use the analyst view. So simply he said right here, to create the model that application eventually use for designing the flow chart. Flow chart in this view, you must switch to the designer view if you want to make this as a designer. I mean, if you want to make this as a real-time workflow, na, then you have to configure everything in the designer part. So analyst view. Yes. So in the designer view, you know, right? So in the designer view only, yeah, we will configure the real-time configurations we will made in the and designer view. Okay. So now we will see these options as well. Okay. So if you want to new process, dummy process you want to create, you can create. See, when you click on this, new untitled process model got created, right? So you can make the changes and save and publish or save as these options as well after you're done with the changes. No, I don't want to change this. And then if you want to redo undo changes, you can redo, and these are all the process folders, process model folders. Okay, and cut, delete, and everything. See, when this is how this is. So why we will use these two options in the sense, guys. See, when I add this, right, so what will happen? See, these blue color cross icons got highlighted, right? Why will these highlighted? So I enabled this one, right? So if it is enabled now, so simply I have to click this here, and there will be a flow connector got coming, right? So simply I will use to connect this to the next node. Okay, and I don't want these cross icons to connect any one of the flow. Okay, so at the time what I will do, I will select this arrow here. When I select this arrow, so there is no flow connectors are coming, right? So if without using this as well, you can use the shift in your keyboard and you can add the flow connectors as well. Okay, so basically these two are used for flow connectors. So now, if you want to add a paragraph field here, you can add by clicking on this A icon here, and you can drag this here, and you can add some paragraph field as creating some information about the process model, creating a meeting description like that. Okay. So swim lanes, as we discussed it right here, we can add the swim lanes. So from here as well, we can add the swim lanes. So I have added one lane. This lane is called actor will perform the create meeting and everything. So this is the properties tab, guys. See, this is the properties tab. Okay. This is the properties tab. So in this properties tab, we have the important tabs called five important tabs are there. So general tab, in this general tab, we usually see the process model, name and the description and public events. So if you want to trigger them by the public events, we need to enable this checkbox to allow the users to trigger them from the outside of the process model as well. Yeah. So we'll discuss this and see this later. No need to worry. So we in this tab, general tab, we need to focus on the display name, guys. What is meant by the display name? So here you can see, here T for create meeting is there, T for create meeting is there. This is the process model name, okay? And this is the process name. Process name in the sense display name. Display name in the sense which is dynamic. Dynamic display name we need to add. How we will add the dynamic display name? So there will be a meeting ID will got created, right, in this process model. So that meeting ID, like that, we need to provide like. So for this same meeting ID, how many instances has got triggered? How many times they have modified this meeting ID, meeting details for this ID. So like that, if you want to know how many instances got triggered for that meeting IDs, at that time we will use this process display name to easily identify and search in the monitoring tab. Because when you make this display name is a dynamic, unique, then you can easily search, right? So what is the unique identifier here? So for each meeting, what we will create meeting ID. Meeting ID is the unique identifier. When you search with the meeting ID here, those related processes only will get triggered. Sorry, will get filtered. Okay. I mean, so using this process model, we will create multiple meeting IDs, right? So if you want to investigate related to one particular meeting ID, we will make them as a dynamic and we will search in the monitoring tab. It will be easy for us to search the particular instances of that meeting ID. Okay. So now we'll go to the next tab, variables tab, guys. What is meant by the variables? So in the interface object, we have created the rule inputs, right? So what I want to say is here. So uh, interface rule input. Coming to the rule inputs in the process model, we will call them as a process variables. Okay. So in each object, each naming convention they have added, guys. Okay. See, in the expression rule, we can create in the expression rule we can create the rule inputs as well as the local variables as well. Local variables as well as the rule inputs. So leave about the local variables, guys. Okay, local variables will work within the object itself locally. Within the object itself, we can't able to send the input from the local variable to the next object. With the rule input only, we can able to pass the data between the two objects. With the local variables, we can handle them within the object itself. So we did not consider the local variables here. So I'm considering about the rule inputs. So object level, we will call them as a rule input here. Coming to the process model, we will call them as a process variables. So the data transfer between the interface and the process model will be the mapping between the rule input and the process variables. Rule input and the process variable. I will show you how to create the process variable. So in under the process variable tab, if you want to add a new process variable, we need to select the add new process variable. Okay, add new process variable. So here in the interface, what was the rule input we have created? Meeting. Meeting rule input I have created, right? So I'm using the same here, meeting, and the type will be the T4 meeting. That is nothing but the record type. T4 meeting record type I have created, right? So and allowing the parameter. See, here five options are there for creating the process variable. So we need to focus on this, guys. Allow the variable, allow the value for the variable to be provided when starting the process. When you want to uh, get the value from the outside of the process model to this process variable, we need to allow this parameter, okay? And we can make this as a required. Then only the process will get triggered. Like that also we can add required condition. And if you want to store multiple values in the sense, see in the rule inputs we have the array checkbox, right? Array checkbox is there na. So same like that in the process model as well, we have the multiple checkboxes there. So using this we can able to store multiple values. Guys, why I was comparing and explaining in the sense, you can easily grab both the objects how they are will work. So that's why I'm comparing both the objects and explaining. So then you can able to understand in the interface level we will call them as a array. In the process model level we will call them as a multiple like that. Okay, hidden checkbox we used for the parent process and reports and the process history. So we this will I will explain once you I will show the process history and hide the process variable and I will show you. Okay, so mainly it is used to hide the variable process variable. This is the process variable we are creating, right? We are going to hide the process variable from the process history or the reports and the parent processes. Okay, so now we are clicking on the OK. See, now you can see process variable got created. This is the name, type, and value we have not provided yet, and parameter is yes. Okay. So this is how we will configure the variables. And coming to the next tab, what is meant by the next tab? Process start form tab. Process start form. The name itself, process start form. I mean, whenever the process going to start, if you want to display the form, we will use this tab called process start form tab. Using this process start form tab, what we usually do, we will show the form. What was the form? Here is the form which we have created right yesterday. So that form we will configure here. How I will configure here? Going to the search and add my name here and search this object. So yes, select this object and clicking on the OK. So now you can see, do you want to automatically create a process parameters to match the interface inputs? So what is meant by the interface inputs here? So attendees and the meetings. I have created only meeting, right? Attendees I have not created. So it is asking me, do you want me to create a process variable for the rule input in the interface? I have only one rule input got created. One rule in for the one rule input, I have created one process variable. For the remaining rule input value, I have not created the process variable. So if you want me to create a process variable for the interface rule input like that, it is asking. Yes, I will select yes option. So what will we do? So here, before going to this tab, see here, meeting we have created, but attendees, attendees process variable will get automatically created when we create when we configuring the process start form. Here you can see process parameter is allowed and multiple option got selected by default. Why? Because of in yesterday when I created the rule input, I have enabled the array checkbox here. So that's why in the process model, rule input multiple option got enabled here. Okay. So this is how the process variables will get automatically created. So this is what you have to understand, guys. How the mapping will get establishing. How the mapping will get establishing. See, specify the data to pass between the process and the interface. Interface, which is nothing but this is the one we have created yesterday. T4 UI create meeting. Okay, and from the interface to the process, how the mapping got happening and how the data between them got interlinking or exchanging or passing in between these two objects in the sense. So this is the interface. See, here it is asking me to configure the interface. See, I have highlighted. So in this interface, we have the created the rule inputs, meeting and the attendees. See here, meeting and the attendees I have created. So for both of the rule inputs, you can see the type I have declared and multiple options. Someone is enabled and someone is disabled. Okay. So in the value parameter, so whatever the value is coming from the rule input to the process model, I am storing those values. I am storing the rule input values under the process variables. Under the process variables. See here, select a value or an expression. See here, I can select a value like meeting or else I can go to the expression also here. See, this is the expression mode. In the expression mode, see here, you can able to uncollapse. See here, uncollapse the process variables and you can able to select the process variable and we can pass the process variable as like that as well. Okay, and if you want to create a process variable, if you want to create another process variable for this rule input, you can click on this add icon and you can again pass the name and the type and the parameter should be allowed or not allowed, like that options you need to select and clicking on OK na. So it will create a process variable and then it will map to this rule input. So like that, from the rule input to the process variable, we were mapping the data. Pranali, or else Manjur, do you got clear here, right? How we will exchange the data between the objects?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, understood.
Yes. So this is what we have to know, guys. Because if if you know this, na, so the entire configuring the process model and mapping the data between the other object to the process model, everything will be simple. So if you got to know this understanding, na, I will show you one of the user input task form. There will be the mapping also. You will be get easily to understand. Yeah. So this is the deadlines. This is the process start form tab, guys, and this is the deadlines tab. Okay. So if you want to add the deadline for this process model, you can add the deadline here. After how many minutes of code completed, at that time the process will get completed, auto completed. Okay. That means when the process is started, there will be an active task in this process model. It will wait for 10 more minutes. The user did not action on this task, then the deadline timer will get what will it do? It will complete the processes. Yes, and coming to the most one of the most more important tab here, we are under the alerts tab. Alerts are nothing but if there any failures, if there any failures are got happened in the process model. So which user we need to receive the alerts? Whether default system alerts user or else configure the custom elements like who is the process initiator, those people will receive the alert, or else if you want to configure the particular user and groups will receive the alerts. So I want to configure the users and groups, guys. So now I want to configure the T4. T for administrators only. I want to receive the alerts if it is called by the process model. Okay. So I have configured the group as well and the process initiator. Both will receive alerts when the process model is failed. Failure alerts. They will receive failure in the sense one of the node got break without by by any error we have not handled na, at that time that message will that mail error related mail will send to the particular group members and the process initiator. So and so process model is failed due to this error, like that it will fail. I will try to show you that mail as well, guys. You don't need to worry. Okay. Yeah. And this is the alerts tab, mainly used to configure the alerts to whomever receive or who are not received. Okay. Going to the data management tab. Data management is very most important tab. You have to understand this data management in the sense, see, whenever the instances got triggered, the process model got triggered, multiple instances will get created, right? So here we are not going to store all the instances in the monitoring tab. If I clear this filters now, there will be only one instance we you can see under my application. So if you go overall environment, there will be a huge around 10,000 to 20,000 instances will be there. So when you kept those instances like this na, so what will happen? Lot of memory usage in the Appian environment will get consumed, and the performance will also got reduced, right? So there will be a no better and good user experience they will not face when the user logged in. If you have that of disk space you have consumed na, so that much of performance reduction reduce you can see. So to improve the performance, to improve the user experience, to show the better results for the user when they logged in, you must enable this data management. Okay, so that's why we will use the data management. In the data management, we have the two types of options, guys. One is archival and another one is the deletion. So what is meant by the archive and what is meant by the delete? If you select the delete option,